Peace, Grind Tribe. What's going on? It's Yusef again with Property Opportunity and Profit. And I told y'all I was going to convince her to come on the channel. Reluctantly so. I had to bribe her. But let me introduce my wife, Tammy. Say hey, Tammy.
Hey.
So we're on our way to have some lunch, but I thought it would be a good post to the blog if we have this discussion. I'm thinking it's going to be entertaining at the very least because I never know what she's going to say. Oh, right. And by the way, I told her we were going to shoot some content, but I told her I'm not going to tell her what we talk about. So I'm going to tell you guys when I tell her what we're talking about. And today we're going to be talking about like what freedom means to you. Like, what does freedom look like? Financial freedom, freedom of movement, and just to kind of start living the lifestyle that you envision for yourself. I think that a lot of people may believe that you got to have a gazillion dollars to start living the life of your dreams, to have the freedom that, you've been chasing. That may or may not be true for my wife. I don't know. I'm going to find out in a minute. But what sparked the thought, and I'll preface this and then I'll get into having the discussion, is so my wife's on vacation today. Y'all know me, I'm running around every day trying to hack the code to financial freedom and freedom of lifestyle and all that other good stuff. But today it feels good to be able to spend time with my wife throughout the day. We decided to go out to lunch. And I believe that you can enjoy a life like this every day if you are intentional about building that life for yourself. But the question is really, what does it look like? Do you already have a life that requires you to make so much money that you have to trade a lot of your time for whatever amount of resources that you get so that you can afford your life? So we're going to talk about that today because our goal is to meet with other couples, to have retreats, to rent cabins, and to do fireside chats, and to share that content with you guys, with other like-minded couples, because hey, we don't know everything. I mean, at least my wife doesn't. I do. So my first question to my wife is, babe, let's just define freedom first. What does freedom mean to you?
Being able to go and do as you please without having to worry about checking in to see how much vacation time you have. If I'm out for a day, what am I coming back to? Yeah, no stress of that because of the job and the responsibilities. And when you're not there, who's going to pick that up and can keep it going? Or can it sustain without having to get a phone call, which hasn't happened all week? And when I was talking with a coworker today, she was like, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm trying to understand this. So even with that and talking with her, I'm like, okay, do I need to check my emails to kind of start filtering them so I know what is on the horizon when I come back? So it's those type of things. I may be on vacation, but I'm not on vacation because it's still the thoughts and knowing what's got to be done and projecting ahead.
Gotcha. So what I'm hearing you say is that although you're gone, a part of you is still there at the job. Yeah. I think many people experience that like on the weekends as well. Friday you're excited that the week is ending, but Sunday you're already thinking about Monday.
Oh, you know, Friday, that may be the end of the physical work week, but it's not the end of the work because my emails still come.
Okay. And we talk a lot about what does freedom look like to us as a couple, as our own unique type of freedom.
And our family.
Exactly. So let's get into that. You and I talk a lot about being a facilitator of vacations, of how we live. We ain't even got into the farm yet. Just some of the things that we would like our businesses to open the door to for our families. And I know I talk a lot about it. You listen to me. You just walk around the house in a caffeinated kind of mind dump. But how important is that to you that we start businesses and then that those businesses open up doors, and what do you want them to open up the door for? And that's a broad question, but whatever you feel like kind of contributing, go for it.
Like we were trying to plan a trip,
Okay.
but knowing that the kids have to work and they have families and still have expenses, it would be wonderful just to be, like you say, just everybody just meet here, don't worry about nothing, just bring you and we out.
Okay. So having the ability to just make it happen and just say, look, here's the thing we want to do. Don't worry about spending your resources. Don't worry about it taken away from your household. We got it. Fortunately, our businesses give us at least the financial resources to make it happen. We just need you there, basically. Is that what you're saying?
And not just for the trips, just for them to know. I mean, they're doing what they need to do, and they're doing wonderful.
Yeah.
But if we want to just bless them with anything to be able to do it.
Well, I understand that because we didn't grow up like that.
No.
I mean, that's no knock to our parents. They gave us the best life they could give us with what they had. And here we are exposed to all of this new knowledge, all of these new opportunities, if we are intentional about taking advantage of them. And I don't think people really appreciate the power of business. I think people will tell you, oh, money's not everything. You know my saying, money ain't everything until it is. Money is not important until you don't have it. And then you realize, I could have given my child a better education. I could have afforded that procedure for moms. I could have paid this bill for
getting the aid in with no problem and not having to worry about the headaches of insurance and denying.
Yeah.
Which is what we're dealing with now.
We're not looking at the world as we wish it were. We're looking at the world as it is.
What it is. Yeah.
Right. And we try to look down the road and project and plan ahead, and to say both of our parents are older and we are the cornerstones of our family. My wife and I, she's the oldest of her siblings, and I'm not the oldest, although I am the go-to for my mom. And knowing that if you're a responsible person, or you're someone who says, okay, I'm a take charge type of person, and that's just how it worked out, but foreseeing what's coming and then preparing yourself for that,
Yeah, because the things that I do, I'm thinking about, okay, prime example, being that I'm on vacation from the job, I was able to take this assignment, and what I'm going to make from that is going to cover my mom's storage bill for the month.
Okay.
So being able to be available for that assignment, it's not costing me anything, but it's going to help benefit my family.
Got you. I read a quote this morning. Now, I'm going to butcher the quote, so I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit, that says that if you have a business offering or something to offer society, it is your duty to offer that to the people that need it, that want it. You have a duty to do that. I think it was J. Abrams that said it. So I'm paraphrasing it, but there are so many important things that you are tasked with doing.
The resources it opens up.
Exactly. All of us have a purpose in life. And I think that revenue coming in takes some things off of our plate that we don't have to worry about. Money does take a few things off of your plate. One less thing off your plate is one less thing off your plate, so that you can focus on getting good at something else, or doing something else, or building something else, or being with someone else that needs you by their side. And we have to respect the power of that.
When people say, like, it's not about the money, do you really believe that?
I think they want to believe it. I think they've been indoctrinated to believe that. Sometimes
it is about the money.
Right. And we spend more
but
time.
It's up to you as to how you use it.
Amen. Sometimes we see our coworkers more than we see the people in our households. Think about that. You have to be intentional about the life that you want for yourself. I live life based on the vision that I know life can be. And that's not to say that you're trying to be me. I'm just, because this is my video, I'm going to tell you how I do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't allow myself to be constrained by other people's beliefs politically or religiously. If you know me, then you already know I kind of have my own way of believing and questioning and coming to my own conclusions. And I think that in order to get to a place of freedom financially, freedom of lifestyle, freedom of your ability just to go places and learn other cultures, I think that you would be better served to live your life from that perspective as we live our lives. We have goals for my wife and myself collectively, and we have goals individually. And I want to encourage you guys to do the same. I wish you guys much success. Say bye, wifey.
Bye bye.
And man, hopefully I can bribe her to come on again. Later, y'all.